You work hard, you try to save, you tell yourself this month will be different, and then somehow, some way, the money disappears again. What if the problem isn't your paycheck? What if it's a program running in the background of your mind that you didn't even know was installed? By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly where that program came from, why it keeps running no matter how much money you make, and the specific steps to finally shut it down. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share might be the most important financial lesson you never got in school. Every single one of us grew up with what psychologists call a money blueprint. Think of it like the financial operating system of your mind. It was formed before you were 10 years old, not from books or classes, but from what you saw, heard, and felt around money in your home. Maybe you heard your parents fighting about bills late at night. Maybe someone at the dinner table said, "We're not rich like those people." Maybe every time you asked for something, the answer was, "Money doesn't grow on trees." Those weren't just phrases, they were programming. Here's where it gets fascinating, and a little unsettling. Neuroscientists have found that the beliefs we form in childhood get wired into neural pathways so deep that they operate almost entirely below conscious awareness. You don't think about these beliefs, you just act on them, automatically, every single day. Let me give you some of the most common toxic money scripts. See if any of these sound familiar. Rich people are greedy. Money is the root of all evil. You have to work hard to deserve money. Wanting more is selfish. These aren't just harmless sayings. They become the invisible rules your subconscious follows when you're making financial decisions. Take the belief that rich people are greedy. If your brain genuinely associates wealth with being a bad person, it will self-sabotage any time you get close to real money. You'll unconsciously overspend, avoid raises, or talk yourself out of opportunities, all to protect your identity as a good person. Or take the belief that you have to work yourself to exhaustion to deserve money. That script will keep you trading time for dollars forever, feeling guilty every time you try to earn money in an easier or smarter way. Passive income will feel wrong. Investing will feel like cheating. You'll keep choosing the hardest path because that's the only one that feels legitimate. Let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus grew up in a household where his parents were always stressed about money. Not poor, they had enough. But money was always treated like a threat, a source of anxiety, something to be feared. By his late 20s, Marcus was earning a solid income, but his savings account was always nearly empty. Every time Marcus got close to a financial cushion, something would come up. A sudden vacation, an expensive dinner, a gadget he didn't need. It wasn't irresponsibility. It was unconscious pattern matching. His brain had learned that money equals stress, and the fastest way to remove the stress was to remove the money. Now here's the good news. And this is the part most people never hear. Your money blueprint is not permanent. The brain has neuroplasticity, which means it can literally rewire itself with the right input. But you can't change a belief you can't see. The first and most powerful step is awareness. Start by asking yourself 3 questions. What did money feel like in your home growing up? Safe or scary? What did the adults around you say or imply about wealthy people? And what was the unspoken rule about wanting more? Write the answers down. Don't judge them, just see them. Once you can name the script, you can challenge it. Rich people are greedy? Is that actually true? Can you think of wealthy people who are generous, kind, and ethical? Of course you can. The belief is not a fact, it's a story. And stories can be rewritten. The second tool is deliberate exposure, and this one is underrated. Start surrounding yourself with different money narratives. Read books about financial psychology. Listen to people who grew up with healthy money relationships talk about how they think. Watch content like this that challenges the old wiring. Your brain updates based on input. Change the input. The third tool is taking small actions that contradict the old belief. If your script says, "I'm not the kind of person who invests," open a brokerage account and put in $20. Not to get rich, but to prove to your own nervous system that it's safe to do so. Action reshapes identity faster than thinking ever will. Here's your takeaway. You are not bad with money. You are not lazy or irresponsible. You are running software that was written for you by other people during a time when you had no say in what got installed. The question now is, are you going to keep running that program, or are you going to update it? This week, do 3 things. Write down the money messages you received as a child. Identify one belief that might be quietly hurting your finances right now, and take one small action that directly contradicts that belief. That's not just a financial exercise. That's the beginning of a completely different relationship with money. Your parents did the best they could with what they knew. This isn't about blame. It's about responsibility. Your responsibility now as an adult to question what you were handed and decide what you actually want to keep. The blueprint was given to you, but the renovation? That's entirely yours to do.